work. They seek opportunities offline and online. A definition of a job post is when an advertisement is created by an employer or his administrative or HR staff, a recruiter that alerts current employees or the public of an immediate or future job opening within the company. And there, you can find them on any website, like Facebook and Twitter, which I'll mention later. Where to find them, you can find them on bulletin boards, websites, newspapers, social networks. There's other websites that I personally haven't heard of, like Career Shop, Simple Hire, Dice, Workaholic, so these are all the other websites. I wouldn't go search for a job on Craigslist. That should not be an option. Reasons for job postings. Some positions need to be filled because of an employee retirement. The company is expanding. They need help handling business, and business experience, high turnover, and need employees year-round. Another reason is because of retirement, attrition, pregnancies, so people have to leave for a certain period of time, and so they need employees just for temporary positions. Job posting format is the size of a job notice depends on a number of factors, including the job type, space available, cost to post, and employer preferences. These are a few examples that I found online of different job posts from Rocket Lawyer sample and a job posting for an administrative office position. Different job format descriptions, they include duties or responsibilities. Some companies do want your education experience on there, but they require requirements and contact information. So that's an example of an NPR recruiting manager job post. Other job posting formats, which you can also find on Facebook and Twitter, they have a whole different page or website just for jobs, which I did not know Twitter had a job post area. And they have about 18.4 million job posts on Facebook, and we all pretty much use LinkedIn. Here are a few examples of Twitter posts. You just go to Twitter, you type in jobs or the company you want to work for, and they have a whole list of jobs and where you can apply for them, and it's a whole different page and network, and also on Facebook as well. Different types of jobs would be internal job posting, which Rachel will go in more depth with, which is for employees only. I have a friend who works for a software company, and the only way he was able to step up in his position was by cracking a program post from his employer. That's the only way they were only hiring people within the company, and if you were able to crack that post, you got the job. Different type of post would be an external job posting, which is for us, for the public, which we all use. Different types of job postings, they do have a target segment. Age, most of the time they want somebody out of high school or college. You have to have a degree. They aim for people who have degrees, and different types of personalities, mostly really outgoing, hyperactive people. Different warnings. Companies often post job openings internally and externally at the same time without advising job seekers. Companies hiring their own employees is common even when the job post is public. That's what happened to my friend. He was only able to get the job because he worked for the company. Some of us who want that position won't be able to get it because we didn't have the program that his company had. A few other warnings would be companies format badly in order to hire their own employees, since they will understand the format. And job seekers could contact the hiring entity for clarification before applying. So I had a really bad job experience. I found a job post on Career Builder that said hiring immediately, and they listed a few positions. So I applied for the HR assistant position. I got the on the phone interview, and then they asked me to come in for a personal interview with the HR manager. I came in, and they told me to sit in a room with 30 other people who apparently were applying for the same post, but it ended up being a lecture about being a sales rep for an insurance company. So it was like a whole scam. Like, I was really disappointed, and I confronted the manager about it, and he said, oh, we're trying to attract young college students to sell insurance. So it was horrible. So overall, job postings have different types of formatting, different types of posts, and different warnings. And you gotta be really careful when you're, looking for a job. Don't have what happened to me happen to you. And Rachel will be talking about internal and external postings.
So hi everyone, I'm Rachel. I'm going to talk about internal versus external recruiting. So internal versus external recruiting. So what happens when there's a job vacancy? You have to fill it, right? So internal recruiting is when you internally recruit through the company that you already work for, so with the employees that you have now. And external recruiting is recruiting outside of the company. So for internal recruiting, employees can easily retain organizational knowledge since they're already in the company, so it's a lot easier for them to adapt to everything and a lot faster for them to do it. And they get up to speed in their new roles a lot more quickly. So also with internal recruiting, it helps cultivate a better culture within the company because employees see other employees moving up or moving to different positions, and they feel better about themselves working there, and they want to do more, so they're more likely to stay motivated and to want to work more in the company. It also encourages employees to constantly develop new skills to prepare for other positions. So what can HR departments do? So HR departments must create authentic internal recruitment plans, and the plans have to encourage employees to pursue professional development within the company. So another thing that HR departments must do, they have to keep open lines of communication, which can include emailing or another program that employees can go on and look to see what's going on with the company and see if there are any job openings, if there's available job openings, or anything just in general what's going on in the company that they should know. So con of internal recruiting, one of the biggest ones is that it leaves an opening at the employee's little position. So then it kind of just comes full circle and the cycle starts over because it takes the employee that was in their job, in another job out of their position and puts it in another position. So then the cycle just starts all over. So another con is that there's a smaller talent pool. So as you can see in the previous picture, there were more people and now there's less people. So when you externally recruit, there's all the applicants in the world that can apply, but internally is only through the employees that currently are hired in your company. So a pro of internal recruiting is that it's fast and affordable. And what are two words that any company likes is fast and affordable. They want everything to be not time consuming and be able to just do it really fast. So it would make the transition a lot easier for internal recruiting. So another pro of internal recruiting is upward mobility. So a lot of employees tend to start lacking motivation the more years they are working in the company. So if they know that they can go up and move up in the company, then it makes them feel better and it keeps the motivation going. And they want to learn more new skills and keep going if they want to get more certifications or anything like that. Another pro of internal recruiting is familiarity. No one likes change. Everybody wants to stay the same. A lot of people try to stay at the same company for many years at a time so they don't really have to change. So familiarity is a big pro because you can just stay in the same company and then just go to a different position, so it's not as bad. So external recruiting. So external recruiting is the assessment of an available pool of job candidates other than existing staff. So it's exactly what it sounds like. You're externally recruiting outside of the company. So also for external recruiting, you have to try to see if there are any sufficiently skilled or qualified people to fill and perform existing job vacancies. So it's harder because there's more people, but it's easier because there's a lot more people to look at to see who has the skills and qualifications that you want to fill that position. So how do HR departments advertise externally? Many firms will use advertisements, as my teammates also mentioned, in newspapers, job search websites, job fairs, and referrals from current employees, which is also a big one because it's a very big thing for people to think that other people know good people, so they'll hire people that you like, basically. And how else can they recruit externally? One of the things is a headhunter, which is Wayne talked about. I'll also just explain a little bit more what they do. So for a headhunter to be able to go out and search for an applicant that the company wants, they'll have to come up with a description for the position that they want to fill, and then they'll give it to the headhunter, and the headhunter will go out and seek qualified applicants. A pro of external recruiting is getting an inflow of completely new ideas. So with new employees come new minds, with which comes new ideas, and they'll have a whole bunch of new ideas that can basically just bring more thoughts to the table and to make the company better. Another pro of external recruiting, to go along with my previous slide, is that they can bring information or methodologies from former employers that can be integrated to your best policies in the company. So they'll have worked before, so they can bring stuff from that employer that they also liked, and they can bring them into your new company that will help make things better. A con of external recruiting is it's expensive, and everybody hates expensive. No one likes it, especially big companies. They don't want anything to be expensive. They want everything to be done right away. So external recruiting has a lot of, that's a big con for it because it is so much money to externally recruit. And another con of external recruiting is long processes. It takes almost as long as connecting to the road Wi-Fi. Thank you. And as I said, it's really long and it's time consuming and it's not cheap. So that's a really large thing of why people don't want to do external recruiting. Another con of external recruiting is adaptability problems. So whether it's adjusting to the new culture or to the new programs that the company might have, or just to like the new to different employees, it's really hard for people to adjust to new situations. So there's a lot of adaptability problems. Hopefully no one tries to eat their laptop. So is one better than the other? I don't know. Anyone? Does anyone have any thoughts? No? Yeah? No? So you can decide. It's not really, there's nothing that says if one is better than the other. It's just kind of preference of what the company wants to do. So up next, Andre is going to talk about corporate image.
All right, I'm Andre. I'm going to talk about corporate image. All right, so what is corporate image? In its basic form, it's pretty much how we view other companies. All your experiences, whether it be negative or positive experiences, will pretty much formulate what you think about a company based off of whatever. So corporate image is a reputation of the firm with the various audiences that are important to it. It's a more formal definition. So why is corporate image important? Businesses compete with other businesses on a day-to-day basis. So in order to survive, you have to be competitive. And the trust, you want your potential employees to actually trust the company that they're applying for, as well as society today expects companies to be more environmentally friendly. So pros of positive company image, I'm just going over a few different pros. Potential employees have a positive outlook on the company. Like I said, you don't want to work for a company that you don't really think is doing good things. I've never applied anywhere that I didn't actually had a good image of them. So that would cover the positive outlook. And the best way to attract talent, I look at this from the employee standpoint. Look, when you're searching for a job, you're kind of looking for a company that you're confident in, that you know that they'll have your best interests at heart, and in turn you'll be loyal to the company, which establishes a relationship with the company based off of trust. So here's improving your company image. There's tons of ways you can actually do it. More recent ways are active social media presence, website appearance, thought leadership, and corporate culture. Like I said, there's other ways to do it, but with technology being as important as it is. So here, active social media presence, it's not just having like a Facebook page or a LinkedIn account, it's actually being engaged with your customers and your potential employees. So if you've ever been on Twitter and you see somebody complain about something, usually a customer rep will respond within a few hours. That's showing that the company actually cares about those stakeholders. And website appearance,